Hello, everybody, and welcome to Manga Reflux. Yay, we caught up with My Hero Academia.
Yay!
I'm actually sad about that.
I know, me too. Especially because it means we get to start Tokiwa Kitareri.
Yeah,
Hey,
read ahead a little bit.
I have to because host. So yeah, we'll get to that. So, My Hero Academia.
He got so enthused.
I was looking forward to it. I was mistaken to do so. So,
Better psych yourself up. It's the real.
Yeah, let's start with the good stuff. So we have My Hero Academia, Chapter 40.
we start with Endeavor yelling, "Shoto!"
He's so stoked right now.
He's into boy love,
Yeah.
love with young boys. Yeah.
Every time I see him say Shoto, I think of Shota, and I feel bad. Because
You
my
shouldn't.
mind has been corrupted.
It's funny.
Shota. You who holds my blood surpass me and realize my ambition. Ambition.
Yeah, he's so fucking psyched that Todoroki, that was his name. Fuck,
Yeah.
lost everything.
Everybody else
Yeah.
is just like ... ellipsis.
Why is this crazy person ranting at nobody?
And Mr. Endeavor with a very sudden pep talk.
Eat manga for the love of Christ.
Not loading for you?
Mm-hmm. Alright,
Manga's
well,
working
keep
just
going without
fine.
me.
You were just saying bad things about Manga, but it's working just fine.
I wasn't saying bad things. Lisa was.
What?
Right.
No, that was Manga here. Eat Manga worked great. It was instant loading.
Here we go. Right. So, Endeavor looks fucking eager.
Yeah.
Right there. Bottom right panel.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
he does.
Yeah. Fucking do it.
By the way, this chapter is called Filial Independence. Nice chapter, I like it. Nice title.
I don't know what filial means.
Means familial, I guess?
I'm so glad that you were brave enough to admit that, Slicer. Because I wasn't going to.
No shame in not knowing what a word means.
It's like a display of filial affection.
I thought it was to do with siblings, but I guess it's just
it does.
familial.
It's with a son or daughter.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, a display of filial affection. So, like, that's from a son or daughter.
All right.
Okay, so... Yeah, Todoroki's like, you're a fucking crazy person for literally goading me into using the other half of my power that could pretty much recover me instantly when you're about to fucking collapse in seconds.
Yeah, Deku kind of has a classic kind of I'm screwed look on his face right now. And he's smiling at the same time. It's really weird.
Well, until the next page, in which case, determination sets in, I suppose.
Yeah.
Another fucking Bakugo face.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate that he can do
I
those.
love that face, though. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to see a hero that, isn't just goody two-shoes all the time. The reason Superman bores me is exactly that.
Yeah. We're going to bring up faces again when we do the next series, but I just want to call out how amazing and expressive these are in this series.
I know.
It's spoiling us without us knowing it.
Yeah, they're some of the best I've probably ever seen. I don't read a lot of manga, I'll be honest, but they're pretty amazing.
They've got the expressions down pretty well. So,
and we have the ref that's basically calling, hey, we should fucking stop. We should, I'm gonna stop this now.
Why is Midnight tearing off the sleeve of her outfit?
We don't know what her powers are, so it might be something to do with that.
Is she like Samson, where the less clothes she has on, the more power she has?
I'm not sure if she's tearing off her outfit there.
It looks like she is.
It makes me think she's tearing off skin. That's what it looks like.
It would be a lot less clean underneath if that was the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. Momo's power has just, like, made me think that everybody just tears off their skin and uses it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Deku's still technically trying to win, even though he's screwed. So, fucking smash, basically.
Yep.
That's what he's got. He's gonna fucking use it.
He sacrificed a leg to get a lot of jumping power and forward momentum, and then his right arm, what was left of it.
His right arm is just a gigantic blood balloon at this point.
So, here's what happens. It's kind of unfair. They put up a barrier between the two of them.
Yeah, so the two attacks hit the barriers, both doing similar damage. I think Deku does a little bit more, it looks like.
Yeah, and then...
This is kind of the confusing part. You'd think with the smash, all the I don't know, kinetic energy would be directed toward Todoroki.
Except that he did an attack at the exact same time, so it all collapses inwards, and Deku just injured the crap out of himself.
Yeah. Basically, he kind of got screwed over there.
Yeah, but it's just a wave of ice. It's not like a physical attack that pushes things forward.
It's a wave of fire. He's using fire now.
Oh, okay then. Slightly more understandable.
Yeah. So what happens is Deku got knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
Which is...
blown back by his own attack, I guess.
And
he was in the air, so...
And the fact that they put a freaking barrier between him and Todoroki so he wasn't able to actually hit Todoroki. Like full on.
I think that was a poor attempt to stop them, but it didn't really work.
Yeah. So Todoroki wins, technically, and goes through to the third round, and Deku is out.
Now this is really good.
Okay.
It's really good because in every other manga, they would BS away for the main character to win at the last moment.
It's true.
Because the main character never loses in the tournament. Like they
at least not till the finals.
Yeah, at least not till the finals.
I'll be honest. Yeah, that's a good thing. Like, I talk up Ace of Diamond a lot in the podcast, the sports series, baseball. They lose one of the big games, and there are consequences, as in half of the team has to retire because they were third years and thus graduate.
Yeah.
So they lose like half of the cast from that loss. It's a significant thing. So I appreciate when, the series tries to turn things on its head a little bit.
I appreciate when the main character can lose.
Yeah.
You got to consider like Prince of Tennis, honestly, because like that fucking school never lost.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Because if you can lose, then there's actual tension.
I'll be honest. I don't know whether it was in the manga or if it was just in the anime, but when, protagonist from Prince of Tennis goes to some actual pro tennis tournament, a US Open, I think it was.
I don't know.
And they say he shows well, but kind of gets knocked out pretty early. I'd have liked to see that, just to see the scale of how things are in, the pro level, because high school level is apparently god tier in that series. I don't know how that works. But, I like what they've done here. Not only did the protagonist lose, but it's like, even though he lost, he still achieved what he wanted to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
So even in a loss, he still won, so...
It's become so regular of a thing. I fully expected Deku to be just on the ground, but still in the arena, and Todoroki had like the back of his heel across the line or something.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the mangaka acknowledges, hey, he was in a situation where he really couldn't win. And even if he did win, he wouldn't make it far because all his bones are broken.
The problem wasn't that he couldn't win. It's that he couldn't win and accomplish his goal at the same time.
Yeah, and he chose, and to his perspective, he chose correctly. Everyone else's, probably not so much. But, even after accomplishing his goal and knowing that it probably screwed him, he still gave his all to achieve both goals, which is probably something that an American audience would appreciate, choose a third option and all that crap that you guys, filate on a daily basis.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is England not a fan of choices?
England's not a fan of pie-in-the-sky idealism. To think that there will always be a third choice. Like, Deku prioritized the one thing that he really needed to accomplish, and he picked it. He tried to go for the other thing, like, on an outside shot, but it just didn't happen. So...
How would this have gone in British media, then?
He probably would have just collapsed in doing the one thing that he wanted to do, and that would have been it. There would not have been the final, attack that happened in this, probably.
Oh, I see. All right. I can see the difference, yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
From an American view, yeah, that's terrible.
But I really... I think this needs to be appreciated that he was able to lose like this in the tournament arc, of all things.
Yeah.
Because that...
Yeah, protagonists are never allowed to lose in the tournament arc. Like, for example, Naruto, in a situation where he probably would have lost at some point in that tournament arc, because, logic, they ended the tournament prematurely, so that would never happen.
Protagonists lose in tournaments. They just don't lose until the finals.
Yeah. He lost in the second round.
He would have fought Shikamaru next, and that probably would have been... Wait, no, Tamari. That would have been hilarious. One-sided.
Yeah.
Maybe. I have no idea, because we never saw it. And that was when it was like, hey, strategy and such. And Tamara would probably have one. Naruto pretty much wouldn't, and would do what he always does, which is shadow clones.
Tank damage and shadow clones.
So yeah, he probably would have lost, I'll admit.
So yeah, if you need more reasons to like Boku no Hero, it's always giving you more.
Yeah. So.
Father of the Year time.
Yeah.
I sense a fuck you dad speech coming along.
It's, yeah. Not even that, it's even better.
You finally become the perfect upgrade of me!
You come back to me after you graduate, be my sidekick, and we'll make you super fucking amazing. Yeah.
And Todoroki's really cool right here. He's just like, it's just that...
It's just, I forgot you in that moment.
I wasn't even thinking, honestly, when I started using fire, I wasn't even thinking about you, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot that was from you, actually, for a second.
Yeah.
Deku was just so awesome. I got so pumped. You were on
and Endeavor's just like, wait, you forgot me? That's not cool. As he walks away, and he's just like, I need to go think and brood in a corner.
Yeah, he's the broody type, I'll admit.
It's making progress, though, so...
So, another good reason to like this manga, Deku is so badly injured that they're pretty certain he's not going to ever be back to 100% from that fight.
Incidentally, I would like to point out that this is the aftermath of his quote-unquote third option.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't gone for it at the end of that and just said, okay, I achieved what I wanted to achieve, he could have just gone and it would have been done.
Well, his right arm would have been a little less injured and his left leg wouldn't be injured. So not much.
His right arm wouldn't be a bag of shrapnel at this point.
His left
he was already
arm
using his fingers,
just made it
though.
Match.
Yeah, he was already using his fingers multiple times, though, after they were already broken.
And his fist.
His right arm is just a balloon of meat juice and bone fragments. That's all it is at this point.
Yep.
So all his friends come worried, including Froggy-chan.
Froggy-chan. Yay, and the other shithead.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Froggy-chan stabs him with her tongue.
Stop tasting him! You're gonna give, like, the creepy shit fuel. That's not what anyone wants.
No.
Oh.
He's like, not digging the way you're rubbing that salt in. I feel like that's a threat, if anything.
Pretty much.
So, surgery!
Surgery?
Surgery?
Why is this a surprise? He doesn't have bones, he has dust.
There might actually be an arc where they get like a medical specialist or something that can regrow bones.
Or maybe,
retrieval arc.
or maybe he gets a robot arm.
Ooh!
Could he channel his power through a robot arm?
How would that work with All for One? I mean, One for All.
Oh, no.
No. You modify his regular arm with, like, robotics so he can increase the power of All for One.
Or you give
and
him
it won't break his
forearms
bones, it'll just break the machinery, and you can fix that easier.
Or you give him forearms like Goro for Mortal Kombat, so he has more to break.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a solution to the problem, Ken.
Okay, see, the problem with implants is the second he punches something, they're just going to explode right out of his arm.
Mm-hmm.
What arm? I mean, sure, you've got a shotgun at that point, but not one that aims forward.
Alright, so Deku's all sad that he kind of really failed a lot.
Yeah.
And I like this development.
Yeah.
If I'd have just, like, not even talked to him and just fought him.
Probably could.
No, he looks like it.
That's how he's supposed. It's his fault, kind of.
It's his fault, like, a lot. He's always saying, show them that you've arrived.
Yeah, he's not sad that he lost. He's not really. He's sad that he can't compete in the finals and be a symbol.
Yeah.
He's mainly said that he pushed Deku this far, and Deku really wasn't that ready for it.
Mm.
Now, he needs some kind of control over his powers, which I'm really hoping he gets, by the way.
I think this is, like, kind of, like, foreshadowing that he's gonna have to, like, train him extra special to get more control and everything.
Mm.
I think there's gonna be a whole training arc after this. Because that's what happens when you lose.
There needs to be. I mean, you can't keep going like this. Like, they keep saying that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nomite is like, yeah, there was no avoiding this turnout, but even so, apparently that's. I don't think people actually talk like that. Putting your nose in is one of the principal qualities of a hero.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. It's putting someone else over yourself, showing up where people don't think you're needed and saving the day anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midoriya, Izuku. Top 8. Eliminated.
By the way, on the shot of him where you can see his leg, like, strapped to the board, it looks swollen to me. Which
yeah. It's really swollen.
Yeah, he didn't break his foot or anything. It looks like he just used his calf to push himself off. So that's really the only part that broke.
Yeah.
The shin bone or whatever. Or bones, rather. There's two of them.
I can appreciate that as someone who has had a knee injury for the past...
Oh, for God's sake, Ken.
Actually, it's 8 weeks at this point.
I am kind of excited for the next chapter because I want to see... I really want to see how Deku recovers from this.
I don't think we're there yet. We've still got the rest of the tournament.
We still have the rest of the tournament, but I want to get through to that part of the story now.
He's not leaving that room for the next 10 chapters.
Yeah. I kind of hope they skim over the rest of the tournament. I mean, I've already
I
seen
kind of
all
hope
the
they
bits I
don't.
want.
Again, I want to see an actual tournament.
Yeah.
I want to see Todoroki. I want to see Tokoyami.
I want to see Todoroki against Bakugo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Okay, that I would like to
left
see.
in this, and then there's the one where we got how whoever wins this gets shit stomped by the other years.
They
In the
have
real
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that bit.
they have enough interesting side characters that they could actually keep this arc going.
Well, they could. I just don't really
They
want
should.
to, for the most part.
I want him to.
Aside from Bakugo and Todoroki, their matches, sure. Froggy-chan lost already, so who cares?
Again, I want to see the second years stomping the first years again.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Now that it's been mentioned, I want to see that happen.
You
Okay.
keep forgetting that there's like 2 tournaments. There's like a tournament for every year, and then every year comes together for a tournament at the end. You keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
It's not something
Okay.
that usually happens. I mean, there's usually just the one tournament.
Yeah, it's like weight classes or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't have the fucking featherweights try and fight the super heavyweights or anything like that.
Not usually. Unless you want to
Yeah,
have a
that's
bunch
kind of not a
murdered
thing that
athletes.
Anyway, so the other series. Okay, I'm gonna try to be less disdainful about this series because
Before we start, did we just replace Bleach with another Bleach?
If that happens, we're dropping it.
It was
as I
like,
said to Slicer after I read the whole thing, it's not very good, but it's also not offensively bad.
there were like 3
It's-
prologues for this.
And we're not going to read any of them because no one cares.
Yeah, I don't care. If you have 3 prologues, I'm not going to bother to read them.
Well, no. If you have 3 main characters, I think that's pretty interesting to have their backstory in a separate thing and just keep going.
That
Don't
is
just get bogged
that is
down.
a kind of interesting thing to do, but it very much puts some hope on this series actually being a success, which, frankly, I kind of don't see. But that's just me. Like I say, I'm going to be less dismissive of it so that we can actually look at this with a fair eye. So, I don't want to too much affect everyone else's opinion on this. So we're going to go along. And we have cover page of our 4 protagonists.
Oh, yeah, I completely skipped the first page. Yeah.
We got
So, at the top we have Mr. Robot, Toe.
Domo arigato, Mr.
Same.
Roboto.
Well, why?
On the left we have the Magic Man.
Sure.
Don Juan?
On the right we have the Ninja Mirai. And at the bottom we have regular dude.
He's a technomancer, I bet.
Okay,
No, it's just a regular dude.
is that seriously case closed, Conan, the detective, at the top, right?
Yes, it is.
How is that series still going on? I watched that
It's
when
like
I was
the
like
Sim-
9.
It's like The Simpsons, it just keeps going.
Wow.
Yeah, so guy at the bottom is regular dude. In fact, he is so regular dude, he writes novels.
All right.
Oh, hey.
We have a writer as a protagonist, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
That's gonna be,
You better be creative.
Ish.
Let's
Okay.
Let's move on to the first.
Next
actual
page,
page.
titties.
Colored
Yes.
boobs,
Sort of.
sort of.
You had to realize you
Yeah.
have to remember who's making this manga.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I never was into Kenichi, so.
It's like the fan service martial arts manga.
All these
Yeah.
phenomena
Very good, though.
around the world that people think of as fiction, they're wrong. They do exist.
Magic's real. You gotta believe.
By the time these things and the times they don't, there's actually overlap. Time of the supernatural has come.
Okay, let's try and analyze that phrasing. The time these existed and the times they don't actually overlap each other.
What?
Well,
So is that to say this is the point where the times that these existed and the times that they don't is right now? This is the point in time where these things sort of came to be? Or is this a sort of
I don't know the way
multiverse kind of thing going on right now.
I don't know. The way I took it at first glance is it existed, but people don't think it actually existed while it did exist. But now people are going to realize it exists because they're going to see it.
It's your standard generic magic user's hide. That's it.
Yeah, it's the veil setting kind of thing.
Ninja, sorcery, as well as human knowledge. All of it has become real, as well as human knowledge. All right.
Okay, I have no idea what you were reading there.
There's the colored kanji has a short translation next to it.
Oh. Okay, I couldn't read it over all of the Tsugomi on this fucking thing. Thanks, Manga here.
You can just hide them and it will say
you can hide it.
Yeah.
I know you can, but I was leaving it on so I could get extra things to comment on. So
One
yeah,
person said this looks a lot like Kenichi.
Yeah.
No shit.
So the writer credit to the guy who actually recognized the style, I guess. The writer protagonist is having bad dreams.
So was that fairy person, goddess, whatever, his dream or what?
Yep, that was the dream he was having.
Okay.
I hope it's not the harbinger of bad things to come.
He wakes up and he's in fucking restraints. Metal, bolted restraints.
He's got a robot.
He has a robot.
Well, he's not going anywhere, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
the robot is trying to analyze his dreams because it's of concern because they're friends.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, guy and his robot. It's actually a premise that is pretty common, but it's a decent premise.
Please don't move. You might get brain damage.
Japanese Jensen.
So this robot is Deus Ex Machina 3.
You didn't notice that till just now?
What, that he's like Jensen?
Yeah.
Well, he's a robot dude. It's not the first conclusion I drew. He's a robot dude is my first conclusion.
He was never human to begin with. That's full robot, not android or cyborg.
So I do like the detail work on the hand, though.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
The machinery looks pretty cool.
Yeah, have fun drawing that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I've forgotten what's going on.
Yeah, it's just like, ever since a certain subway came to this place, I have had nothing but strange or bad dreams. What are you talking about? I'm talking about you. Robot.
Yeah, the robot is his friend because the robot apparently read Protagonist Boy's novel and was the only fan of it. So he's basically his friend so that he can get him to keep writing and write faster.
Pretty much, I guess.
Kenshi, this is your worst case scenario.
This is Kenshi's everyday life.
That was a grunt of acknowledgement, yeah.
Is it worst case? I mean, it may be a bad job at it, but he's being doted on hand and foot by something that doesn't need to sleep.
That's a little concerning, though. That means he's just going to be watching you, waiting for you to wake up.
That was my point, yes. It's weird, but you still, if you need like a glass of water at night, hey, he's right there, staring at you.
You ever seen the movie Misery?
Yeah.
No.
It's Stephen King literally writing his worst case scenario. He's a writer.
Right.
And there's a woman, she finds him, and she breaks his leg so that he can't run away, so he has to write a novel, and it has to be about her, because it's,
Mo, 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 why don't you like me? Why don't you like me? All I know is the Simpsons parody of that scenario.
God.
And the Family Guy one.
Nobody likes me.
I have to find that song on YouTube after this is done.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. And the robot made him lunch. And it's
It's nutritional Jello cubes or something.
It's supposed to look disgusting, but it just looks like a pre-packaged meal.
Yeah, I'd eat that.
Yeah, me too. And then he specifically says it's pieces of charcoal and such things. Which,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's not very clearly shown in the artwork, so...
Made from charcoal and other minerals.
Yeah, I'm glad they exposited that.
Yeah, because people eat that stuff all the time. I eat
charcoal is actually safe to eat. It does good things for you, actually. It's just you don't want to... It doesn't taste good, I imagine.
Anyway, to school.
Wait, I've already hacked the traffic system, so we're not going to...
Yeah.
And nothing can possibly go wrong.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to double back. There's nothing in front of us. Wouldn't that imply that there's no cars in the street, and then as soon as he hacks the traffic systems, there's a crash in front of him?
Pretty much.
Okay. A little weird.
It's
anyway.
more like it was green, and they all of a sudden changed it to red, so cars that were coming now all of a sudden are freaking out.
Anyway, so to school and such. And the robot sees a dude. And
he's running around at the speed of sound on the rooftop.
He apparently has spiritual energy. We don't know what spiritual energy is. Neither does the protagonist, apparently.
Just the humans
but
don't
no one questions
have it, pretty much.
No one questions this at all.
Why would it? I mean...
It's probably all in the prologue.
Yeah, but...
Don't worry about it. It's probably all in the prologue. Every single bit of information you ever dreamed of is in the prologue.
Yeah, you read that, right?
Sure. All right. Look at it this way. If you have a robot friend, a highly advanced robot, and he comments, oh, that guy has a lot of spiritual energy, what is your reaction to that? That doesn't mean anything. He has no context for this.
I've been like, cool.
I'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? You're a robot. What the fuck do you know about spiritual energy?
See, that's the thing. If it can be measured, then it's just something people sometimes have. That's the only conclusion you can draw. That doesn't mean he's a magic user. It just means he has some of it.
Okay, that would make me curious as to what spiritual energy is, how I could improve it, whether it actually does anything for me to improve it, such things like that.
Well, yes, you should probably ask more about it, but then we get another character introduction, so it gets pushed to the side.
Who also has high spiritual energy, and is also not commented on.
Yup.
I'm bored. I'm only a few pages in, and I'm getting bored.
Also, I love the background work on this next page. It's so good. There's so much work put into this background right now.
Yeah, oh god, their faces. What is wrong with their faces? The bottom right panel, what is that? And the top left in the background. Why?
Yes. This is going to be an ongoing problem with this series. The artwork, not so great. Yeah. So, anyway, this page with no backgrounds is basically expositing protagonist has no friends because he is the protagonist in a shonen manga, so...
Yep.
He has no friends, so he can find friends, and they're going to be true companions forever and ever and ever. Anyway.
I hope they have a reason for why he has no friends.
Self-destruction, basically. I think the idea is he thinks too much. Basically, he's like, oh no, if I try and make friends, what if I do something wrong and screw everything up and then everyone hates me? Kind of thing. Something like that.
Being someone who overthinks things, yeah, that happens. It sucks.
Slicer has friends.
It's true.
Anyway. So, he should work on his people skills.
His only friend is a computer. What a nerd.
Thank you for the Tsukomi, by the way, whoever wrote Nerd!
This is why I like reading with these on. At least rereading things with them on.
Apparently that wasn't Machina isn't the computer they were talking about, because that's no longer the case. Machina is a great friend. He has a friend. It's not just a Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, that's unrelated. It's just a laptop.
Yeah. So, guy jumps in through the window, and girl hits him with a book.
At least be a little more ninja-like, and then he thinks, maybe he is a ninja.
Why are there no actual ninjas in any Japanese media? You guys invented ninjas. Ninjas are stealthy. Why would a ninja...
Is he flying back out the window at that spin? What order of events is this happening in?
Right to left.
All right.
He's flying into the window from that spin.
That's stupid. Why would you? Why?
Because
he jumped, spinned in midair, flipped around, and ended up in the window.
No one's looking. You can't get style points that way.
He got hit in the face because that's not stealthy and nowhere near ninja-like.
I don't understand the sudden jump to violence. I mean, I realize anime, but he didn't really do anything worthy of being hit. Aside from that stupid flip. What's wrong with you?
This is anime. This is random violence, random female on male violence is a constant in anime.
Awesome.
You know this by now.
So, Ninja Dude has a friend, and she's like class president and such.
And she's trying to hide his ninja-ness.
Who's Chikage? Is it
that was one of the girls from Kenichi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The lolly one, basically.
Alright. Still a lolly, pretty much. Although it's Patanko at this point, but whatever.
Not so much. We'll get to that.
Sure.
It's one of those series, so, it gets to that.
Right.
Yeah, Yageki Meguru.
I'm not going to remember that.
Yeah.
Even I have trouble pronouncing Yaegeki? No, Yaegeki. Yeah. I'm not going to try and pronounce that.
Just going to go with Meg.
I'm going to go with what's her name.
Sure.
Because I don't care. So, and the robot mimics their voices so protagonists can hear them.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, a little bit. First, plot hook, basically. There was something that happened at school, and there was a thing in the ceiling.
Somebody saw something attached to the ceiling, and that's pretty much it. Did she run away? Did she get eaten?
Did she show a panty shot? Apparently.
That was vitally important, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to bring this up every time. Remember who's writing this.
I know who's writing this, but, we can't not make fun of it.
I wasn't expecting... don't be surprised.
Yeah, so Magic Guy shows up, and he's like, hey, you imitate voices really well. You're not suspicious at all, are you, Mr. Robot Guy? Oh, I mean, Mr. Regular Guy. I'm sure you're totally a regular guy. Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the record, walking up and, apparently magically scanning somebody is a bad idea.
He's checking his pulse.
Oh, okay.
He's
I thought he was
walking
some
checking his
magic
pulse
thing.
to see if he's really human.
Yeah, and he has no pulse. And I gotta admit, good snap excuse there with saying he has hypertension, which is basically you have a weak pulse.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, just random came up with that within half a second. Kudos to you, protagonist, for your bullshit making things up on the spot. That's okay.
I've always kind of found it's harder to take your pulse from your wrist, so if you had that would be pretty difficult, yeah. It's much easier on the neck.
seriously, what high school kid would come up with that as an excuse immediately?
I assume it's pre-prepared.
Yeah.
You already had that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Fair
if you're
play.
friends with a robot, you're going to think, what am I going to do if people ask questions? You're going to think that through.
What am I going to do if someone tries to take his pulse? Well, if he, ran out of energy or something and passed out in the school, maybe? Yeah, okay. It's iffy, but I'll buy it for the sake of the...
Plus,
the
health
story.
examinations and everything.
Oh, yeah, that too. Then again, that would just make it really hard when they actually do try and take blood pressure and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. So... Magic Guy basically accuses them of being related to future villain guy, whose name is MacGuffin.
Seriously?
I was going to ask if that was how it was actually supposed to be pronounced.
MacGuffin
MacGuffin.
is basically the katakana transliteration of MacGuffin, yes.
I'm happy about that. His name is MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is actually using that word wrong. You don't have a person who's a MacGuffin. That's not...
An object of which is something circulates around story-wise is a MacGuffin. A plot object.
So basically this guy's never going to show up when you're just going to see villains who are somewhat related to him, I guess. Anyway. So... Magic Guy is being shown to be Magic Guy because his spiritual energy is increasing, and, teacher shows up. Plot holes.
Is it?
Yep. That's it. School happens, and then we recommence
Oh, okay.
after school. So they're going to check out the school and see what's going on with that thing that was supposedly happening.
Balls of text.
Well,
Basically, yeah.
when you have a killer robot as your best friend, you may as well, see it in action.
This is kind of heavy-handed exposition.
I'm not even paying attention to it anymore. That's where the point's gone to. I'm just looking at the pictures, and I don't want to read all this.
You can assume what it means. They're just talking about the incident, pretty much.
Yeah, there is something here that is not human, and we should probably check it out. Why should we check it out? Because, I don't know.
You're
Because fuck you,
You're the
why.
protagonist. You're the protagonist, you need to be involved. Also, I'm a robot, so I could probably do something, I guess.
I've probably got a laser cannon hanging around, laying around somewhere. May as well.
Oh, yeah, he totally does. It's in his wrist.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on the pages.
Casey, this series is boring already.
We're really not giving it a whole lot of credit. This is the first chapter. Things are going to be pretty stereotypical.
The first chapter of Boku no Hero was amazing,
That's
though.
not
fair at all.
It spoiled me. Boku no Hero spoiled me, and good series like Tokyo Ghoul, that was pretty good. That spoiled me.
I'd say remember the first chapter of One Piece, but that was actually pretty good too.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember he burst out of the barrel and fought all the pirates on the ship, and it was awesome.
You see, Slicer didn't read it because Slicer doesn't read One Piece.
I actually have intended to start reading One Piece to the point you wanted me to.
Yeah,
I just haven't actually got around to it.
How about Bleach? No, that didn't bother with heavy exposition and just kind of let the characters find it out as they went along.
Hey, there's a monster here that's trying to kill my family. Oh, wait, you have powers and you're giving them to me? Let me kill this thing real quick. Then we can just sort that later.
Pretty much what happened. Then the second chapter had some exposition. And they made it funny. And not just, hey, this is a thing that's going on.
Hey, blah. Absorb all that. Let's go.
Ruki's crappy drawings turned into the best running gag.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
I miss those days.
Remember when they finally introduced Chappie as a character?
Was he?
It was basically...
Oh, right, Ruki is...
It was the mod soul that she used, and it beat the crap out of Ichigo and basically broke his arm.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's pretty great.
I remember when Bleach was good. Why are we talking about Bleach again? Oh yeah, because it was good at the beginning, and we're talking about the beginning of a new series, which isn't very good by comparison.
Yeah.
You are not good by comparison to Bleach. This is a bad sign.
Heavy-handed exposition, and the protagonist is literally useless. in a fight.
That is kind of his whole thing, and I have a feeling that's going to get tired after 2 chapters.
Okay, there is apparently a thing that the protagonist can do eventually. He is shown with a...
Yeah, with the
I
glasses.
think it's like a clock.
He's going to be
clock on his
analyzing
glasses
things.
or something. So yeah, he's going to have something eventually, but it's going to take a while.
He's the team's Risei?
Basically.
Basically, yeah.
Only useful against bosses, I hope.
Well, kind of. Anyway, there's a thing in the ceiling. That's basically what happened. And Robot does an analyzey thing with his fingers. And he's like, oh, this is not of this world, apparently. So whether that means that this thing is literally not of this world and is invading, or it means that this is a thing that science cannot explain.
That's the impression I got.
It has always been there. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I remember I read the first chapter of this before.
Mm.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the input, Zero. That was vital. Okay, so Robot gets discovered as not human by Magic Guy. And Magic Guy accuses that the robot couldn't have been made with anything but magic. So Magic Guy is like, oh, you're evil and stuff. You must be. Then he attacks with wires. And they turn into wire men, which is actually kind of a cool design, I gotta say. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm.
Hell of a lot more useful than the golems Geesh uses in Tsukaima.
It's disappointing that the main source of comedy so far is, what the heck is this? What the heck is that?
Yeah.
It's the first chapter.
I know, but come on.
This is the time to introduce everything. There's really no time to... Well, it had prologues to do that.
Yeah, but even the things that aren't that still fall flat. Like the lunch thing the robot made, it fell flat because it wasn't clear that it was supposed to be bad until he said specifically, hey, this is a bad thing.
Yeah. Alright. It would have been better if it was like a giant pill or something like that he was expected to swallow. And then, hey, it's a suppository, surprise.
That could have been good. I would have been okay with that. He's like, oh, I don't care about your regular eating habits because, this is more efficient, which it probably is, admittedly.
Probably.
If you were to take a suppository, it would get ingested into your body faster.
This says bend over, and you're like, what?
Assume the position.
I could get, pardon the pun, I could get behind that.
That would be
that would be a funny way to do it, but they skipped that in favor of these are blocks.
Cubes or something.
Yeah. That just look like regular chopped up food, so no difference. Anyway, so yeah, magic things are going on, and protagonist is freaking out because magic things are going on, and he doesn't know about magic things that go on. So, magic dude attacks with his robots, his fake robots of wires.
Yeah. And then ninja shows up out of nowhere because...
Stabs it in the head and such.
In the arm, and the back, and the legs. Pretty much points to disable it and kill it.
If it were a person.
Yeah.
And who's there? Some kind of ninja, Gozaru says. The ninja is saying that he's some kind of ninja.
Gozaru.
What?
Remember, every ninja has to say Gozaru at the end of their words.
I don't even...
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Okay, I want to bring attention to the Tsukomi on this page. So a ninja, a wizard, and a robot go into a bar, and that is essentially the premise of this entire manga.
Yeah.
I love these.
They're in a school instead of a bar.
Like, what is going on? And that's the joke of every chapter of the manga.
Yeah. Who is there? Huh. What? What's going on? Who are you?
That's literally what happens on the next page, yep. Twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Robert recognizes him as the kid from the class who is a ninja, who is not shy about being a ninja.
It was pretty obvious, yeah. I don't know why you're surprised now.
This feels so overly contrived.
How high was their class, anyway? Like, second, third story?
Don't know.
Well,
Didn't ask. It wasn't show us.
It wasn't on the ground floor. So he did jump into a window that wasn't on the first floor. That should be where you start freaking out.
The first years and first year classes usually are on the first floor.
Didn't it have a shot of outside the school, though?
Yeah, it did. It looked like it was higher up.
I don't know.
Who knows? Oh no, I'm in a weird situation and things, and oh, he has a laser, except I already knew about that because he's my robot friend. And then eye shots of our three not quite protagonists.
Mexican standoff, yay.
Yay. Just like to point out that, what's his name and, Magic Guy and Ninja Guy basically have the same face.
Yeah.
You can only tell the difference because one of them has two-tone hair.
Their eyes are different.
Are they?
Only because they're making different expressions at the moment.
No, the main character has just the pupils and the color. The ninja has the ring around the pupil, and then the robot has robot eyes.
Mm.
Okay, so two-tone hair and the eyes are slightly different. Fair play.
What exactly do you want here? Different skin colors?
A different facial structure, maybe?
No. This is manga. That doesn't happen.
It happened in Boku no Hero, and it happened in Bleach,
providing evidence.
And it happened in Naruto, and it happened in One Piece completely a lot. Everybody was different in One Piece.
Happened in Kenshi.
See, you're doing this thing where you provide evidence to prove me wrong, and I need you to stop doing that.
We're not only providing evidence, we're providing evidence from the last series that this guy made.
Yeah.
And it was better than
Listen,
this.
Slicer, I understand completely. Why let facts get in the way of a good argument?
Exactly.
You have a point to make, and you're going to be damned. You're going to let a little thing like the truth and actual facts stop you from making that point. What's more important here? The truth or getting out what you need to get out?
Me being right.
Exactly.
Anyway, girls there.
mentality.
Girls there, and they go and run to save her or something. I don't know. I literally don't know.
I don't know.
She told the ninja about this thing going on. You could expect him to... Why is...
I would guess it's because she's like the student council president and they have to be there after school and blah, blah, blah. Is the hand-wavy way.
Well, if she's in that position, it's kind of her responsibility to make sure he doesn't, blow up the school or set things on fire or whatever the hell ninjas do.
I guess. Anyway.
Also, tentacles.
Tentacles,
Woo!
ladies and gentlemen. You know where this is going.
I've seen enough hentai, etc., etc.
That's literally one of the Tsukuyomi on this, so yeah. She's caught by a tentacle thing. Oh no. It's called the Ceiling Licker Demon.
Now it's a party.
So I just read ahead, and not once do they ask what she was doing here, and not once does she explain what she was doing there.
I would say they wouldn't have time to explain, but I'm seeing text box upon text box that's taking up most of every panel.
Let me Cliff Notes the explanation for what this thing is.
Thank you.
It's a demon. It hangs out on ceilings because apparently in some superstitions, ceilings are gateways to other worlds, and he licks the ceiling to reach into the other worlds and get energy from it.
Okay. It's not the weirdest superstition I've ever heard.
It's up there.
It's pretty bad.
I don't know whether that's a real superstition. If it is, it's very, very
I think
strange.
it's like a yokai or something.
Okay, the Japanese have a lot of demons.
Yeah. There's a lot.
I'm not talking about the demon, I'm talking about the superstition of ceilings being pathways to other worlds.
They have a lot of those as well. I could believe this, honestly.
The mirror thing I can get.
Everything's linked to another world.
Yeah.
My underwear.
Pools of water, also, I could get.
My underwear is
ceilings.
linked to another world.
Yeah, well, it's dark and creepy in there, so yeah, I'd imagine so.
I'll take that. I deserve that. Walk right in that.
Yeah, so... Anyway, it licks things, basically. And it licks her, and what happens?
Shirt
It's
magically
all
gone.
Yeah.
I like this Tsukami. Reminds me of the Tootsie Roll commercial. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
I'm gonna guess 1, shirt comes off, 2, skirt comes off, 3, the knickers come off. 3. That was apparently the answer in the Tootsie Roll Pop commercial as well.
His ability is to peel away surfaces. So as soon as she runs out of clothes, her skin is going to be gone.
This thing has the ability to make things that fit under the concept of surface disappear.
Like her skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually kind of creepy. Still kind of stupid, but actually kind of creepy, I guess.
It's like what a lick
as far
of
as
tongue
powers
is
go,
supposed to do.
it's pretty cool.
But
Ish.
entirely invented for fan service.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to deny that. I'm just saying it's kind of original.
It's like a step up from Sly from High School DxD. The slime that would destroy clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Become my familiar.
I want to be my familiar.
He named it Sly. That was adorable.
It's great.
You wouldn't take that familiar?
I'd take that
Of
familiar.
course you would. Because it's awesome.
I'd choose some more useful.
Anyway, let's stop talking about other better series and go back to this one that is kind of pants again.
I don't want to see something that terrible. Don't lie. Right now, he's talking about the skin removal.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Never
Wait,
mind.
what?
Go kill the
That is
thing.
terrible.
Does he not like women? What?
The skin getting taken off, dude.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Guro.
I can get behind that, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so...
the protagonist is making a pose while Machina fires. Because Machina is his stand.
Basically, he's just the fucking...
Between the two, I think the top one matches Stan's more. I mean, with the shadow boxing and all.
Anyway, shooting dudes and stabbing dudes and stuff happens.
And then he realizes, oh wait, he's a robot? Just now.
Well, yeah, he's a magic user. He instantly jumped to it's magic as an excuse for why this guy exists. I could believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ninja does a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And, there it is. I called it. Bottom middle panel. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going in. Yeah, there it is. I told you it would happen.
Yeah, we were not debating that. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, so... okay. Apparently the translator forgot to include a couple pages where the protagonist actually did something. So... the protagonist did something and saved the day, but now he has no clothes.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So he ran in and probably tackled it or something.
Something like that, and now he's sucking his thumb, or biting his thumbnail, whichever you prefer to think of. I'm going to go with sucking his thumb. Okay, so this is the point where they realize they have the same dream about the same girl. Ooh, look, they're all connected by strings of fate and all that crap. Alright, we're done with the chapter, basically.
And Machina gets the girl.
Oh yeah, that too. Because he's a gentleman.
Okay, is anyone familiar with Tsubasa Reservoir?
Yeah,
Nope.
I think I've heard of it.
Tsukiyomi makes that reference. It went full Tsubasa Reservoir or whatever. Is that true? How is that?
Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. Was that the...
Something to do with dreams, must be. or they
right.
share experiences or something.
I know what Tsubasa Reservoir is. I did read that. I thought it was by a different name. I just called it Tsubasa. Yeah, it did. With the dreams and everything, yeah. And it's all connected by one person.
Okay, we're at like an hour, so let's keep going. This is chapter 2, where the exposition is usually held, but apparently not in this. Also, it starts with tits again, so, you know.
What?
We have one character. We have one character with big boobs, so they have to appear every time.
Look at where
we
her
have
nipple
two
is
characters.
located. That is not where nipples go. That is really high and far to the left.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's a little bit.
That's a botched surgery right there.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Do you not understand how breasts work? I don't. But.
Well, the fucking Japanese mangaka, so no.
I like all these companies. Shout out to nipples on the side of the boob. That one nipple is bothering me. Let the plot flow into you.
Someone appreciates it. That body, though. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Anyway, hey, it's the protagonist again. He's waking up the morning after the thing happened. The robot's looking at his dreams again. He misinterpreted the command of "don't look in my dreams." Oh no! Then we have a clock. He's looking at the time. And the protagonist refused to go to school. I'm kind of skipping through this because no one cares.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so he's embarrassed about everything, so he doesn't want to go to school. And then the robot's like, no, you can't avoid going to school because that's the rules. And he's like, no, I'm not going to go to school. And the robot's like, okay, I'm going to use reverse psychology. I'm going to say, okay, you don't have to go to school. I'm just going to go to school without you. Here's your lunch. And it's the same kind of thing, except he added flavor to it and stuff. Also, there's a pill that you need to eat for some reason. Oh yeah. It's a sleeping pill. And then I can just carry you to school because you'll be asleep.
Huh.
It's kind of funny that he has this secret plan and then he immediately tells his secret plan because he asked.
He is a robot.
Because
so,
he's a robot. That's kind of... not even mildly, just like slightly mildly funny. A little bit, maybe?
To quote to quote one of the Gomis, I like this character can he be the MC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, as another Tsukomi mentioned, that's a date rape pill.
Basically, yeah.
I would read a manga with Machina as the main character. This main character, though, I have no reason to care about him.
Yeah. Anyway, he tries the food, and it's great. And he's like, oh, shit, this is amazing. It's really, really great. And then someone's at the door, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Machina. I'll go to school. I feel better now. And he opens the door, and it's Girl. Hello, Girl. That's your character role, your girl.
Okay, you're not allowed to be embarrassed that you're answering the door in your underwear if you consciously make the decision to answer the door in your underwear.
He thought it was someone else. He thought it was the robot. It wasn't the robot.
That doesn't really...
Still his fault.
How the hell did he think it was the robot if it was a girl's voice on the other side of the door?
No, the robot was
Do they sound the same?
The robot was talking on the other side of the door, then he went and he went for the door. It ended up she was at his door as well or something.
Would the robot even knock?
No, he doesn't knock.
I was going to say, he lives there, so...
Anyway, double page spread, a thing happens, the robot punches something,
the
ninja shows up. Yeah.
Action happens, get hype.
I guess the robot looks weird again. Yeah.
We have to keep reading this.
We'll give it 3 chapters. That's the rule.
Yeah, okay. We need a new series after this.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do this for that long after this.
He's made the decision. Its decision's been made.
Yeah.
I think I kind of have Zero and Slicer on board at this point.
Yeah.
I
I don't think Fleischer cares.
I actually didn't read it ahead of time because I read half the first chapter and it just didn't click with me. I know that's not a whole lot, and I could easily get hooked later, but it just
I
it
read
doesn't.
the first chapter a while back, and I completely forgot I did. I was just skipping through it a little bit, and then I was like, I don't like this. And I completely forgot I did that.
You know what? Fuck it. One Piece. We'll do it right from the beginning.
No,
That's a long way.
no.
That
We're
is
starting from the most recent chapter. We're catching up. I'm going right from the most recent chapter. I'm not doing it from chapter 1. I am not doing this.
We're not gonna just keep doing it all for all time because that's how long it's gonna take if we actually do the whole thing from the very beginning. I'm just saying, we start from the beginning, we do a couple arcs, and then we catch up. That gives us some time to read the wiki and just catch up on what basically happened.
All right.
I'm just going to be in the habit of opening like Dark Souls or something when you guys do this. I'm not reading a whole manga like this. It's crazy.
You don't have to. Like I say, you can just look at the wiki.
Yeah, you can just look at the summaries.
It'll give you the cliff notes of what's going on.
You will want to read it after we start. I know you will.
Oh, okay, there's like 9 manga all called One Piece, and none of them are actually the pirate One Piece. What the hell is this?
What? Oh.
Or actually?
Oh, yeah.
We're not doing this right now.
There's like all the little...
One Piece Gospel, One Piece Wanted, One Piece Green, One Piece Data. One Piece is so popular, it has like spin-offs out the wazoo.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
And
I thought we were going to do like the first chapter just to demonstrate that it's more interesting from the start.
Hey, let's go do that. Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's do that.
You say that after I close Chrome, motherfucker.
Sorry. Well, what else were you looking at? Jesus.
90 other tabs.
Okay, let me just find One Piece. Oh,
it's the first option.
What the fuck am I doing? Just look at the most popular. It's going to be right at the fucking top.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's not going to be on manga here because it's licensed.
Pick the one with 785 friggin' chapters in it.
That's actually not a lot when you go to the larger manga. That's pretty low tier.
It's on Eat Manga, so you can just go there.
I can't find it.
It's on Eat Manga. I just typed in One Piece Eat Manga in Google, and I found it.
Oh, there it is.
Type in One Piece manga into Google, and you will find a site that hosts it. That's the beauty of
Okay, scrolling right the way down to the first chapter. This series has 785. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm actually, I'm on chapter 771 right now.
Yeah, so we're going to start with chapter 1, not chapter 0. Chapter 0 is the one shot that he did was basically a proof of concept.
You know, I like that. I like when there's a pilot. Or a test, I guess.
Yeah, it basically explains a concept that is not actually explained in the series. There's like good pirates and bad pirates. Pirates that just want adventure and, freedom to roam the seas, and there's the pirates that do the looting and pillaging and raping and stuff. Okay. This is just like right out of left field. I have never actually read the manga version of this, so this is new to me too, in a sense.
Sure. Can I have a link, by the way? The one I found doesn't seem to be working.
I got you.
Done.
Thank you.
Casey got you first.
Yeah. Quick like a monkey.
Yeah, because it was so hard to post a link.
Quick like a monkey. Okay.
That's not what I would go to for animals that are quick.
It's a Psychonauts reference, I believe.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, that's on Steam, by the way. Psychonauts.
Yeah,
I was not aware of that.
So good.
Yeah.
I should play that.
You should, I guess. I mean, we're not doing that right now.
Well, no, obviously. I'm waiting for Slice to get the thing up.
Has
he got the thing up?
Yeah, I can load one page at a time, but it's really slow.
Okay, so it starts with Once Upon a Time. That's odd.
Basically, the background it basically gives you the background of what's up the world as it is.
There was a great pirate, and his name was Gold Roger.
And he was bad.
Gold Roger was a super fucking awesome pirate. Like
This is literally the intro to the anime. That first 15 seconds, that's it.
He is
no joke, he was fucking awesome, and he had a cool, badass mustache.
He is the pirate that every other pirate is compared to, period.
Yep. So, basically, he says, upon his execution, that all of his treasures are stashed in that place, which we would later learn is Raftel, the island at the end of the Grand Line, the most dangerous sea in the world. And that began the age of piracy.
I'm dead now, so go get my treasure, fuckers.
Basically,
in the anime, he had all his treasure in one piece.
See, that doesn't make any sense because then that just implies that it's all together. That's not. Is One Piece a place?
One Piece is the name of all his
We
treasure.
don't know.
Nobody knows what it is exactly.
Yeah, we know it's what he left behind. He left behind one piece.
It might just be nothing, and he said that to troll the world government. That is a genuine possibility at this point.
I haven't even watched the series, and I know that's a genuine possibility. He's a pirate. That seems perfect.
So, we have a splash page here, double page spread, and just want to point out how small Nami's tits are at the very beginning. Just wanted to point that out.
Oh, she's young. There's time.
It got ridiculous. She's 17. How much could they possibly grow from 17 to 19, okay?
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. Maybe she had a lot of milk.
Wow, they really are small.
Yeah, apparently she got pregnant between the fucking... Yeah, okay, whatever.
No, like she drank milk like they do it. They talk about in the animes and whatnot.
In the animes and what, okay.
If you drink the milk, it will make you
my
taller,
animes.
Oh god, you're making a reference that Ethan would make. He literally made that reference a bunch of times. Oh,
Isn't it a Metal Gear
nostalgia.
thing? Otacon says it or something?
Yeah. He would do the voice too. Oh, nostalgia. I remember you, Ethan. You were great. Not you, Ethan, that comments all the time. I mean, Ethan that used to be on the podcast.
Is it not the same person? I thought
No.
that was the same person. Oh.
Different
all right.
person.
Well, my mistake.
Commenter is Ethan F. Ethan on the podcast was
Sergeant Baker.
not Ethan F. I'm going to be... He didn't even want me calling him Ethan, so I'm just not going to give his last name or any indication of what his last name might be.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I'm going to respect you now that you're not even here. That's cool? Cool. He's probably not even listening to this. What am I talking
Here's
about?
a
Better
small
late than never, I
seaport.
guess.
About 1 year ago, a pirate ship landed here. Small, peaceful village. And we get Luffy with the biggest teeth you've ever seen.
Wow, they start off
so,
quick with those expressions.
Yeah, that is...
He doesn't even have rubber powers yet, does he?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
And to prove how badass he is to these pirates that he wants to think he's cool, he gives himself a scar.
He stabs himself in the face.
This is where he gets the scar.
Yeah.
seriously?
Yeah, that's the introduction to the protagonist, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
He won #1 in the popularity poll, by the way.
Of course he did. Who's going to beat him?
Oh, we have 53 pages to get through. And yeah, okay, we can do this. I think we can do this.
It didn't hurt one bit.
Yeah, we can do it.
He wants to go be a pirate.
Let's celebrate Luffy's fucking
Let's celebrate
crazy
Luffy
batshit.
naming himself for our entertainment.
The stupidest part of this, his plan to stab himself, is that it worked.
They're all laughing because
I forgot how much I love this series. I genuinely did. Okay. I might have to start watching the anime again. God damn it. I had so much free time and now it's all gone.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so pirates drink sake in this fucking universe because even though it's in beer mugs.
From the mug. They drink it.
That's not sake.
So we get introduced to red-haired Shanks.
The leader.
He's a badass pirate.
The leader of this pirate crew, but he looks like a regular dude. He doesn't look that extraordinary.
No, he's a regular dude. He's got a fucking scar on his face. That's pretty much why Luffy scarred himself, because Shanks has a scar.
Yeah.
I think. So, yeah. Luffy can't swim. And that's apparently a good reason why he shouldn't be a pirate. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That's
If you live on a
important.
ship, you should probably know how to swim.
My punch is as strong as a pistol fire. Sorry, it's pistol fire.
Yeah. He has a super great punch, apparently. So good it makes a dawn sound when it hits the air.
Shank's reaction is just, wow, really? A pistol?
You know what? The manga's so much better than the anime, I didn't even realize. Yeah. Okay.
And there's no filler.
Fucking nonplussed face, that's great. Yeah.
So basically, this entire career is basically putting the idea in Luffy's head that being a pirate is fucking awesome. You should totally want to do this, kid. It's badass. It's great.
And they're all
pretty
free.
much seems like it,
Yeah.
This is like being a Naruto a ninja in the Naruto universe. There is no other option. You're a pirate or you're unimportant.
Or you're a Marine.
Oh, you're a Marine, yes. So...
Yeah, Shank's crew is weird in that they're, like, one of the very few crews that's actually like this. Where they're all carefree and happy.
They're actually decent people for the most part.
Yeah.
Actually, there's quite a few, but you don't meet them until much later.
Yeah, we meet a lot more that are just, like, legitimate pirates.
Yeah. Actually, Buggy's crew are kind of like that. Meet them, like, almost immediately, but, you know, you just don't see it because they're the villains for the arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the crew are kind of like, yeah, Luffy, be a pirate, it's going to be great. And then Shanks is the one that's like, no, that's not, stop.
Because he actually,
what are you doing?
He actually knows. He's the only one that's been all the way through so far.
Yeah.
All the way through what?
He was on Gold Roger's crew.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he's seen the best and the worst of it. And yeah, and I guess the crew are not quite on his level at all. They've seen the best of it because Shanks is such a badass that he can basically protect them.
They're in the East Blue, which is the weakest sea for the guy that was on Gold Roger's crew. He's fine.
It is literally big fish, small pond.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, let's take him with us and stuff. He can be a cabin boy like you were on Gold Roger's crew. I'm expositing things that actually happened that aren't actually discussed in this chapter. So, you know, he's still basically saying, no, you're too young. You can't do that.
You know, I'm not a kid
Drink your
anymore.
juice while you have it, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not a kid anymore. Don't be mad. Here, drink your juice. Okay, like, you really are a kid.
Yeah. Drink your juice. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, he's like dead serious about him not going for reasons that are good, but he's still fucking with him.
Yeah.
With Shanks.
He's basically you. So, yeah, the first mate, who is probably somewhat close to being on Shanks' level, is like, you know, you understand where he's coming from. A pirate's life is pretty fucking dangerous, so bringing a kid along is probably a bad idea. He's not just teasing you for the sake of
that
teasing.
image. Although you should probably have more if you really want to sell it, but still.
Yeah, so
In the midst of all this frivolity, dickheads arrive.
basically, yeah, we're skipping a
As
little bit,
they
but yeah.
usually do.
Yeah, everyone's happy and stuff. Luffy's gorging
He
himself.
wants to learn how to swim.
Yeah,
Keep in mind that he wants to be able to swim really good.
yeah. And dickhead show up, as Ken said.
We are bandits.
Immediately insults pirates. And is like, hey, I'm a badass. Give me some fucking drink and stuff.
Shanks tries to give him the last bottle, and he
Because he's a cool guy like that.
splashes it right in his face. Breaks it in his face, actually. Just worse.
What was the point of this?
To posture, basically.
He's a dick for the sake of being
This
a
is
dick.
being a piece of shit for the sake of being a piece of shit. It doesn't even help him. He
He says
smashed
one
the last
bottle is not enough. This guy wanted to buy 10 barrels of sake.
And they tried to give him one bottle as a peace offering. So if he's going to take that, then that loses face, I guess. And you
And
can't really
Shanks-
do that when you lead a band of criminals.
And Shanks is like, oh no, the floor is all wet. And then Bandit's like, hey, I have like an 8 million bounty.
That's cute.
Oh, that's
adorable. Oh,
And I
it
killed
is
56
actually.
people.
he thinks he's people.
Yeah.
Okay. For clarification, Slicer, I think Shanks is somewhere in the 300 million range, somewhere around there.
Oh.
At least, probably more than that. If he even still has a bounty, because the Marines are like, no, we need to catch him ourselves at this point. We can't trust amateurs to do it. So, yeah.
Eventually, you get high enough, it disappears. You have no bounty anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Shanks is the nice, humble guy because, he's the good guy in this confrontation. And he's like, okay, I'll clean it up because I'm a good guy. And the bandit does the bandit thing and the bad guy thing where he just,
Wreck shit.
sword. Yeah.
And they just move on out without a fight.
Basically. And the crew are basically whatever. Because they know how strong he is, but, he doesn't have to show it anymore at this point.
They're all laughing, and Luffy gets all upset.
Pretty much, yeah. Luffy doesn't,
Why don't you fight him?
So.
Yeah, you like this big badass, why did you let him push you around like that? And Shanks is like, it's not fucking worth it. Let it go. I don't want to murder people just because they're being assholes.
Because then you'd be murdering everybody in the world.
Yeah. And Luffy tries to storm off, and Shanks grabs his arm, and...
Stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Flex Armstrong.
And they're like, oh wait, he ate the rid of rubber we took from the enemy.
Yeah, we got a fruit, and it's a devil fruit, and it gives you powers, and you shouldn't have eaten that thing. Because now you'll never be able to swim, even though you can swim anyway. But now you'll never be able to swim.
Wouldn't he float then?
No.
No, you sink.
No. If you have a devil fruit and you touch water, then the devil fruit basically is nullified, and you sink.
Yeah, your entire body locks up. You don't even get the choice of trying to swim.
Yeah.
You're done.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay, that makes more sense. I always kind of wondered about that.
Yeah. So, as the powers go, that's a cool toss-up, kind of. At least for the setting, anyway, because, ocean punk world. So, everything water.
In a world like this, that's pretty significant.
Yeah. It's a significant consequence for getting superpowers, basically.
Yeah, seawater is really bad.
Regular water is sometimes okay, depending on quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... because he ate the fruit of rubber, he's even happier. Look. That's gross.
To be honest, I can't imagine that as a kid, most other kids wouldn't do stuff like that.
They absolutely would. They would probably be trying to stretch
making
the
stupid
skin into
faces.
weird faces, yeah.
Yeah.
And doing the thing where you pull your eyelid down would go a lot further. Yeah.
Village.
You could wrap your
Turning your
eyelid
eyelids
around
inside
your
out would be
head.
really
That's
easy.
disgusting.
Village chief is like, don't become a pirate, you'll ruin this town's reputation.
Yeah, because it was so good before.
With the pirates hanging out and the bandits attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Luffy's being a stubborn prat about the whole thing. He's like, he's supposed to be tough, and he was acting like a bitch. Luffy's kind of you too, Ken, isn't he?
I don't know what that implies, so I'm just going to let it go for now.
Yeah, anyway. So...
Bandit's back.
The page isn't loading properly, so...
Yeah, bandits are back.
Yeah.
Bring us some sake!
Yeah.
And Luffy was
Because we're
kidnapped by-
badass dudes.
Yeah.
And then...
Luffy starts some shit. and they kick the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they notice that, like, they're kicking the shit out of him, and it's not really doing anything. It's just foreshadowing, because that's basically what the power does. If he's rubber, well, physical impacts don't really do that much to rubber.
He can absorb concussive impact.
As far as physical force goes, bladed weapons are probably the way to go.
Yeah. If I sell him to a circus, I can get a lot of money.
Yeah, that's... What the fuck must circuses be like in this world?
Horrifying.
The best.
Probably some mixture between the two. I mean... Yeah.
So Luffy's getting stepped on.
Yeah. Apologize to me right now. I don't know who's saying that, whether it's the bandits or if it's Luffy. Could be either one.
It's probably the bandits, but yeah, it could be either one.
Anyway.
No, it's Luffy saying that.
Yeah. Stop being a dick and say you're sorry, because that's how it works. Yeah.
Because the bandit's completely calm. Luffy's the only one shouting.
And Luffy gets up and attacks him with a branch, it looks like.
Dick.
Yeah.
The best weapon of all time.
And the bandit literally steps on his face.
Yeah.
So, you know. He earned the bounty somehow, so, you know, he can beat up a child. Congratulations, that's probably what your 8 million is worth.
That had to have been a lot of kids.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of kids.
Yeah. And the mayor shows up and he's like, hey, let him go, you assholes. And then he's like, hey, I'm super, super sorry about being an asshole. Could you please maybe let him go? Maybe?
We'll give you money. And then he's like, Bandit's like, oh, that's a good way to deal with the situation, but it's too late. He's really pissing me off, so,
Because I'm the villain, so I have to take it out on him. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just kill him instead.
Yeah.
But it's all good, because Shanks is back.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, Luffy, why are you acting like such a bitch, ironically.
Isn't your punch as strong as pistol fire?
Yeah, that's a me thing. I would have totally done that. I can see it
Yeah.
now. I can see
Shanks is totally you, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, posturing, smack talk, and such. Random bandit member points a gun at Shanks, and, yeah, big fat guy has a gun as well.
They don't use this to scare
Instantly
people.
dealt with.
Yeah. Bullet right through the head with blood.
Piracy.
That you don't see that in the anime.
You do, actually.
Oh.
In the original cut. In the 4Kids version, it's
Yeah, they cut all kinds of shit out of that. Watch that.
Yeah, they still fire the gun, but he's like, no, it's, when he wakes up, tell him it was just a blank or something.
Yeah.
Don't they claim it's a pop gun or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. I honestly don't remember,
You see,
but yeah, it was
now, Slicer, your first impression of One Piece was probably ruined by 4Kids. That's what I'm going to go out on a limb and say.
Yeah.
I was really young, and I'd seen a lot of other really stupid crap that 4Kids had done, so I knew the original was probably much better. So it really didn't damage my impression.
Oh, you did actually watch it? The 4Kids stuff?
I watched 15 episodes. I got up to Usopp, and then I just kind of...
That does explain it so much.
Yeah.
It explains so much.
The 4Kids dub is atrocious.
It's famous for being bad. That's literally why it's famous.
The Funimation dub is actually really good.
It's okay. I don't like Luffy's voice.
I like the fact they have Piccolo as Zoro.
Basically, yeah, Chris Sabat as fucking Zoro.
That was enough to make it awesome for me.
Yeah.
Zoro's
I wonder
my
if they ever got around
character, so, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they changed his name to Zolo.
Yeah, that's another thing. They changed names and shit.
Well, that was a copyright thing. They had to change the name. Because Zoro is too fucking... In fairness, he was basically based on Zoro.
Yeah.
So
literally, when he
yeah.
appears, he's wearing the same exact mask that Zoro wore. Pretty much.
Anyway, first mate is like, do you think we're saints or something? No, dude, we're pirates.
Hey, we're pirates. Yeah, in case you forgot.
We kind of kill people like a lot, so
Yeah, you
sorry.
keep mess with me, but you mess with my friends. No, that's not good.
Yeah, and Bandit is posturing because, again, that's what you have to do. You have to be like, hey, I'm the strongest and no one can take me on, and then you have to back it up. Problem for him is the backing it up part.
Yeah. A lot of the pirates and bandits and whatnot tend to be cocky because of their bounties.
Again, they're cocky because they have to be. It's the strongest is the leader.
Yeah.
And if they show weakness, then they get taken down. Whether by enemies or by mutiny.
Yeah.
So even if he did know who Shanks was, he kind of didn't have much of a choice here.
Yeah, kind of not.
Because mutiny is really bad. It happens a lot if you're not strong enough.
Yeah. So he might be the strongest bandit. That might entirely be true, but if he shows too much weakness, then the rest of the crew will just gang up on him anyway.
Yeah.
Well, not the crew, but the rest of his gang.
I imagine the power level difference between him and the rest of the bandits is not that significant that he can afford to do that.
Yeah. Whereas with Shanks, like we've discussed, he does not need to be tough guy all the time because they know how strong he is.
Yeah. Like with Luffy. Later on.
Yeah. He is acknowledged as the captain even though just about every other member of the crew is smarter than him.
Yeah.
Because he's the strongest. And it's also a kind of protecting and taking care of them thing at that point, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that we're ever actually going to get to that point because we're going to skip a bunch of it.
A lot.
Anyway.
So
basically, pirates win.
in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's not much of a fight, as you could expect.
Yeah, and Bandit decides to...
Get the fuck out of there.
Wait.
This little brat
I
messed with
saw-
us first. It doesn't matter if there's a
I just
reward on your head.
noticed something.
Hmm?
One of those bandits, the position, somebody suplexed that guy.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yes, there is, yeah. Look at him. I want to know who did that.
I'd like to think it's the first mate,
Yeah.
Probably.
because he's a badass. Anyway, so
You know,
yeah.
when I first saw him, I thought he was going to be the token evil teammate. But I guess not.
He's a cool guy. I don't think he's... We're like 780 chapters in, and we haven't actually seen much of Shanks since this. And he's still a good guy, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Shanks is still a pretty cool guy.
We're getting to the point where he starts to come up again, but I don't think he's shown up yet.
Yeah. He showed up a little bit, a few times, but nothing really that would change our opinion of him. In fact, more like improve our opinion of him, if anything.
Yeah, it's basically like he just showed up to remind people that, hey, I'm Shanks, remember me? I'm still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the time he's used to exposit, like, big, world-level plot upheaval. Like, things are going on, and he is there to show that thing going on.
Yeah, I see.
Because he kind of comes really important.
He is a big shot.
Yeah, he's a
basically.
big shot, yeah.
He's a big shot. There's no doubt. Star and P it. Sorry.
Missed a lot of that because of audio skipping, but never mind.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
We got the gist of it.
So, the bandit does... He makes an interesting choice for his getaway. He takes a boat.
His logic isn't really that bad. I mean, who would expect a mountain bandit to try and run away by a boat? I mean, come on.
Yes, but these are pirates.
Using that logic, using the logic that they wouldn't look for him at sea, it's
Except it's the sea, so you can see...
You can see the boat getting away.
Pretty far,
very
yeah.
easily.
He's a mountain bandit. He doesn't know how water works.
So Luffy So he took Luffy as a hostage,
Yeah.
and he kicks Luffy into the ocean.
Yeah. And since Luffy can't swim because of the devil fruit, he would just sink, which is bad.
And hey, big ass fish. It looks like
He has a lot
Ursula's
of room to
assistants,
talk, by
actually.
the way, while he's being kicked out of the boat.
Yeah.
He's literally floating in the air, just saying his piece, and then he gets kicked out. Yeah.
He doesn't say. Yeah.
Anyway.
He says like a few sentences.
Yeah.
And then we get
Mr. Fish shows up.
Yeah, we get a flashback to how he actually provoked him, and then Mr. Fish shows up.
And eats,
Mr. Fish!
He eats him and his boat.
It's just like the crocodile and Captain Hook.
Basically, yeah. And then Shanks.
He's going to go after Luffy's drowning ass.
And he makes that thing go away just by looking at it.
Gives it the look.
Basically, gives it a look and says, "Get lost."
And it listens.
And it's like, I don't want none of that. See ya.
He already got a piece.
Yeah, he had a filling meal, so, he's good.
Got a piece of Shanks, actually.
Yeah.
Got Shank's arm, yeah.
Luffy's crying about it. Just, yeah, he's a kid, so that's a thing that would happen.
Yeah. And Shanks is like, it's just an arm as long as you're alive. Because Shanks is a nice guy.
Yeah, I like Shanks. He's a good guy. So they hope to meet in the future, and then Luffy's seeing Shanks off and such.
Guarantees
And he
he'll find him a crew as badass as Shanks is one day.
Yeah. And Shanks gives Luffy his hat, his straw hat.
Yeah.
His favorite hat.
Signature.
And signature catchphrase, I'm going to become king of the pirates.
I thought that was a One Piece thing.
That is a One Piece thing. You go to Raftel, you find One Piece, you become king of the pirates. That's basically an unwritten rule at this point. If you can do that, you're as good as Gold Roger was because he was the only one to ever do that.
And, yeah, basically.
And thus you are the king of the pirates.
Till then, the position's empty. There is no most badass pirate until someone takes that treasure again.
There are people who are close, but they're all competing with each other.
Basically. And that's why no one's got it yet, because they keep getting in each other's way.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So 10 years later,
Tale.
Luffy's
10 years later, Luffy is shipping out.
And guess who comes back? Mr. Fish.
Yeah.
Mr. Fish. And, yeah. So, Luffy punches it out with his... It's translated to rubber pistol in this. Gum Gum pistol is the usual one, or just Gamu Gamu.
Yeah, they
Japanese.
later on in the chapters, I think they changed that to Gamu Gamu.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I prefer rubber, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Establishment of him being a kind of a badass now. And he's going to totally make a crew of, hang on, at least 10 people. By the way, he has like 9 at the moment.
No, he has 10.
So crew's not finished.
He had 10, technically, at one point.
I hope I can find at least 10 people.
Yeah.
He has 8, not including the ship.
Wait, he has this himself, Rob.
Zoro,
Nami,
Usopp, Sanji, Nami, Chopper, Frankie, Brook,
Robin.
Robin, thank you. That's 8.
But then he was going to get Jinbei, so that's 9.
Yeah, Jinbei's in reserve, basically, at this point. And you could technically count the ship, because those were apparently sentient in this universe. To some extent.
Is it actually?
No, it's like the spirit of the vessel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically considered a crew member, at least by their crew. So, Anyway, gonna become the king of the pirates, and
Make a flag and everything. It's gonna be great.
there you go. That's chapter 1.
See how much better that was?
Yeah.
It was a lot better.
I feel sad.
Why?
This was going to be a new series that we were going to start from the very beginning, and it was going to be cool and interesting and do new interesting things, and nope.
Yeah, basically.
It wasn't even just boring on its own merits of being a new idea that didn't work. It was just a bunch of old ideas just slapped together with no real thought to it.
We couldn't even entertain ourselves while reading that. That says something.
The first chapter of your story is by far one of the most important chapters you could ever write.
One of?
Yeah.
The last one has some importance too.
Yeah, the only one more important would be the last one.
I don't think the last one's more important, but I think it's important.
Last one, and probably like a major climax moment near the middle of the story. Like, say, for example, the
act changes are usually the really important
The act changes, yeah. When everything sort of gets turned on its head, like with the whole Ace thing in One Piece. Right before, and leave that all that leading up to the time skip.
Yeah, that was important.
Yeah.
Or if you want a more, widespread, widely known example, end of episode Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars. That's important. End of New Hope with Kenobi dying. That's important.
Yeah.
Those are basically the ends of the first and second acts. Those are important moments, as is the ending of the story, which, Star Wars kind of screwed up. But
you need to make sure always nail those if you want to be able to really make a good story. Mm. And if you can't nail the first chapter, I don't have enough faith in you to bring it through to the rest.
Mm. Well, since we're fanfiction writers, we need to actually bring this up a little bit sometimes. With fanfiction, there is a learning curve to writing. So you can read a first chapter, it's not amazing, but it's okay, so you can read more, and expect it to get better as it goes on, because, we're all amateurs.
Yeah, we're all learning
how to do it. So you could expect it to get better as it goes on with those, but with, professionally written stories that have editors and people that oversee it and understand how stories are supposed to be structured and how plots are supposed to work and how characters are supposed to interact.
And they screw up the first chapter.
You can't screw up there. You don't have the right when you have that much oversight.
There's no leeway.
So, I think that officially ends our look at Tokiwa Kitareri, because it was rubbish.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Thank you for the recommendation, whoever recommended it. I've forgotten who it was. But it's not going to work for this show. Because we can't do anything with it.
Yeah, we're going to go with One Piece, I think.
For now, we're going to go from the beginning of One Piece. I think if we really need to, we could probably go to the end of Nami's big arc.
That's what I told Slicer to read to anyway.
Yeah, I really want Slicer to get sold on this series.
All right.
So that's where we're going to get to, and we'll reevaluate whether we're going to go back to the catching up, whether we're going to skip right to the end again.
Are we doing it by chapters or just arcs?
By chapters, I don't see why not. We have a lot of time to fill now that we've got Hero Academia caught up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless someone can come up with a better suggestion of a manga we could do.
I'll keep looking, and we will keep looking at suggestions if you have them. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not do arcs again. I think part of the problem was, well, one, Naruto was boring, and two, boring and stupid, but also the system of doing entire arcs at a time it didn't help.
It was bland. It didn't have any of the impact of reading it.
Yeah, and catching up, and for me, just catching up, like, chapter by chapter of one piece of all series is a terrifying thought.
Yeah, like I say, we're not gonna just go through all of the whole fucking series, because that'd be insanity. I'm just saying we'll reevaluate when we get to the end of that particular arc, and we'll decide whether we're going to move on to another series entirely, or whether we're going to go right to the end of One Piece and catch up. Rather, just keep going from there, from the very end, from the new chapters. So, questions. Oh shit, I played the video by accident. We had questions. What were our questions? Oh yeah, if you were going to kick Endeavour in the balls, what footwear would you use? And is Froggy-chan really going to touch our fan?
God, we had terrible questions.
Shut up.
I think people.
The boot one was good.
The boot one is good. I like the answers we got.
Yeah. Okay, so Stevens says he would like Ida's jet propulsion added to the back of his legs while wearing steel-toed boots that have spikes on them. James Bond style, I guess. Furthermore, he would get a running start followed by Bakugo's explosion to accelerate the kick.
I like this combination of powers we have going here. It works.
He's going to have an explosion accelerating the already accelerated boost that you get from Ida's legs, added to a kick with a steel-spiked boot. That's some kicking power right there.
Yep.
Froggy-chan will not touch our fan. She would first investigate it by throwing Mineta into it. Afterwards, Froggy-chan will hop under the fan and discover an energy sword, just like Tucker in RVP. This shall be proof that Froggy-chan is the chosen one. I don't know about the rest of it. I like the bit about Mineta getting thrown into the fan. That was... You know how to appeal to your audience there,
Yeah.
Stevens. I'm going to thumb that just the way Slice did. Well done, Stevens. It's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have a comment chain here. So Ethof says he would use a pair of cockroach killers. For those not in the know, it's the boots that come to a sharp point. Not sure why they're named that, but that's what I've always heard them called. Actually, let's take it a step further. Vincent Valentine's shoes, because those are metal and probably actually sharpened. The real question here is, what is the fan made of? Is it metal? Because a metal fan going fast enough could take the finger with it. I'm going to take a look at the image.
It's made of love.
It looks like it's made of plastic. Not commenting on the art style. Thank you very much, Yo, I think it was, that did the image for us. Yep. But, yeah, it looks like it's made of plastic, so it's probably safe.
It's
somewhat.
a computer fan, so yeah, it'd be plastic.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we sent him an image of a fan and just said, do something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. We're terrible at commissioning stuff.
It worked. And so did the other thing that will be revealed soon. And by soon, I mean like in 2 weeks. No, we lost that footage, so it's okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so he's pretty sure Dick Laser has to have his belt to use his power effectively, or else he'll cause himself injury easier than he already does.
I'm pretty sure without the belt, he'll just have a shotgun Dick Laser instead of a focused Dick Laser.
That's how I see it,
that'd be
too,
cool. Yeah. Of course, the whole, jizzing metaphor is a bit more on the nose there with the spread.
Of course it is.
There's some splash damage going on, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it?
I want him to get into a fight with someone and have him be losing and say, "I will wear this belt to make my attack stronger. I wear this belt so that it's not as strong as it can be." And then he takes his belt off and then he shoots Dick Laser on everything. And it'll be.
A shotgun is just not an elegant weapon, would be his argument.
Yes.
So he makes it a precision weapon.
That's weirdly fitting for his personality, actually.
Yeah. See, I think these things through. The build-up to the fist is so great, just watching him move his fingers panel to panel, and the expressions. I would assume the frost on his arm probably helped a little. I mean, he can't injure it worse, so he's basically commenting on the chapter as we read it. We sure the older brother on the right isn't a girl. That looks like a skirt to me, and maybe it's just a random kid, but it might also be a slight translation error, and it's meant to be siblings. I don't know. Maybe.
It's possible.
We're probably never gonna meet the rest of the family.
Not for a while, anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's probably some plot that you could get into there. Some story elements. And again, it's not like Todoroki needs more freaking family drama. Jesus.
Not really. Not. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, sending her to a psychiatric hospital would probably actually be the right thing to do no matter what the situation. That being said, as you pointed out, I'm not entirely sure he wouldn't do it out of spite. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Likes the last panel of Todoroki not quite smiling. It's clear he doesn't do it very often. Yeah, he's that kind of character. Shame on you, Casey. What? I watched the bridge, but you didn't sing Ken the song. Every party needs a pooper, that's why we invite you. Party pooper. Party pooper. Yeah.
Etc.
Yeah, that's actually the whole song.
I've seen Abridged too, but I didn't make the reference.
Yeah. None of us did. The second Kenshi mentioned a fire-water Pokemon. I had to look it up because while it isn't a thing I can think of, I was convinced it's been done. Turns out Gen 6 is going to get Volcanion. An event Pokemon... Volcanion, I apologize. An event Pokemon that hasn't been released yet, but is confirmed to be fire-water. Other than that, nothing.
It's Volcano and Onion put together.
If that's really what it is, I'm going to be annoyed. That seems too legitimate. That seems like something they would do.
That's what Pokemon does.
No, it's more like he's got a donut on his back.
Like he's got a what?
A donut on his back.
Oh.
Go take a look.
Weird.
He's got a donut.
Slice's comment. Neil says basically an argument about the stuff about the frost. Okay. Gonna skip that. Sorry, guys.
Sure, it's fine.
Neil says you'd probably go for a shoe with a wide and flat toe area. It would have to be fire retardant. Fair play. That's a good point. That's good thinking there. Otherwise, he would just melt it and injure me. Maybe even stick some ceramic spikes on the toe to get a puncturing effect. Ceramic is a good choice if you want fire retardant footwear.
It's true.
Yes. So, doesn't know whether we're asking whether Froggy-chan would touch the fan or not. Clearly she is the one who's spinning that thing.
Huh, never looked at it like that before.
It's an odd way to spin it with just one finger.
Because she's talented.
Yeah. Casey and Celeste, shame on you guys for not making any Yo Mama jokes. You let Zero do them all alone, along with the one from... No, I totally did one.
I don't know any.
The sitting around the house thing, I did that one. That was me.
Those are so bad.
I liked that comment because it mentioned me.
You're not vain at all, are you?
I
Zero?
am very vain.
Rihutia says he has an image which is...
I don't even think I want to see it.
It's a gif of basically... let's see.
Yeah, I saw
Deku, Todoroki, and All Might throwing water on, bitch slapping, dumping a bucket on, and then drop kicking Endeavor into a pool.
Yeah, it's great.
That's pretty great.
Okay. I think you win the comments, sir.
That's amazing.
Yep.
You're going to have to tell us whether you made that yourself or whether someone sent that to you. Because that's too
I
great.
can't stop watching this now.
I know, I was watching this for like...
I love how they knew he was going to chase the dude to the pool.
So, Froggy-chan is not going to touch the fan. It's because she had always held the fan. You are the bridge, and she is the pillar that supports you all. Because she is the fan holder. Reflux deserves. But not the one it needs right now. So we'll watch her. Because I'm going to take away that fucking thumbs up, motherfucker.
No, don't take
thumbs
the
down.
comments that I thumbs up.
Thumbs down. That's what you get. Last week meant for Hardbody to grapple someone and have Todoroki blast them both. Hardbody would survive being burnt alive, hopefully. Kakuzu and Hidan used this against Kakashi. It's fine.
Sure.
Kainov says he'd use such boots that Endeavor wouldn't ever think of making another masterpiece again.
Alright.
So anything to make him sterile?
That's very, very vague.
Froggy-chan is only teasing you, but beware if Zero ever replaces... We can share the responsibility.
Probably poke his eye out.
Yeah. I should do that.
Man, I read through the first Naruto miniseries chapter. Oh man, Slicer, I laughed so hard at the ending.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. Well played, Slicer. You were right about everything.
Awesome.
Most things. Again.
The gist of it, yeah.
Can we make a song where whenever this happens, the You're Right song, we play whenever one of these things happens?
But then you would have to play it every chapter, every episode for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm always right. Remember?
No, I'm always right.
I predicted what chapter Naruto would end on.
Woo.
That wasn't hard.
A nice
I
round number.
Sasuke's plan.
That's not saying much.
I like to think of myself as always being wrong, so that way I'm always winning.
What?
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works at all.
If he's wrong, then he's right about being wrong, is his thinking, I imagine.
Yeah.
But if he's right, then he was wrong about being wrong, but he was right anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's bitch logic.
It's what keeps me going.
Greek guy. I believe I tried to Google translate your name and it came up as like Christos or something with Christ in the name. So I'm still going to call you Greek guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't know much about footwear, but I would probably pick a metal boot like what Knights wore. I think you mean Greaves, is that it?
Yeah.
Sure.
That way it would not melt instantly. Also, it would be made of metal for added damage.
Also, it makes a sweet clanging sound on contact.
It would, but it's not a good idea against a fire guy because metal
is going to heat up and
heat conductive. It's very quick with that. So,
yeah.
You'd basically be cooking your own foot.
Is it worth it, though? I'd say yes.
It's a sacrifice has to be made.
Yeah, as long as it's Greek guy making it and not me. So, I don't think Froggy-chan would touch the fan. She is one of the characters with common sense, so since she is not invulnerable, she would not do something that would hurt her like that for no reason. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Naruto got its start today. You going to do that? Or you finished Naruto?
Because if what is hinted in the chapter is accurate and not the author messing with us, it might be interesting.
Nope.
We're done with Naruto.
We're done.
We might still comment on it, but I mean, yeah, we're done with it.
Yeah. We've had more than our fill of Naruto at this point.
And yeah, there's a prequels.
I think we talked about it briefly, and I think it might have been the fucking Pokemon recording of all things, but which is lost, by the way, so you're probably never going to hear it now that I think about it. So, yeah, the whole Slicer being right thing, that was pretty cool. The whole thing being about Sasuke being a deadbeat dad was pretty awesome.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It asks a lot of very worrying questions about Sakura's mental health.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, doesn't remember what Sasuke looks like or whether he wore glasses, or she might be covering, but either way she has been pretending to be Sasuke's daughter's mother for the past 12 years, probably. Yeah.
I thought Hinata was supposed to be the stalker.
Yeah.
I am immediately reminded...
Sakura was the same way.
I am again reminded of a fanfic that my friend wrote. This was before I even started writing. He wrote it, where basically everybody got mental help. all of the ninjas children, all the class members, the solution was, let's send them to somewhere to get mental help because they're really effed up, and Sakura, you need to go see like a psychologist or something because you're really screwed in the brain.
Yeah, you talked about it before, actually.
Yeah, I know.
I remember that.
I love that. It's great.
Asked to remind us before we started Tokiwa that there are 3 prequel. Yeah, we didn't bother because it was shit. I feel like it might have been Greek guy that suggested it in the first place. If so, thanks for the suggestion, but it was bad.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't shit. It just wasn't good. That was the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can say anything interesting about it. I mean...
Yeah, it's just going through the motions of shonen plot and trying to put together an ensemble cast in like 10 chapters, which you pretty much can't. Even One Piece, that is literally based on the concept of an ensemble cast.
It took them hundreds of chapters to get the full.
It took them hundreds of chapters to even get 5 people, let alone the 9 that it ended up with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's basically talking about those, and we're not ever going to do that. Ryuhitia says, why do Casey and Slicer hate the sun when they're supposed to praise the sun? The sun and I, we have this love-hate relationship.
That's a pretty good way of putting it.
I love it in my best moments, like it in other moments, and hate it with the passion of a thousand burning. That's terrible.
I knew you were gonna start to say that.
And then he hates it with the passion of 1,000 cold, desolate moons.
Basically, yeah. Sure. And the sun, in return, hates me with the passion of itself.
So albinism is the thing.
Yeah.
What's Slicer's excuse?
Slicer is indoors most of the day.
Yeah.
I've
been inside so long I have really pale skin, and I burn.
That sounds like a you problem.
I like the sun.
Oh, it is.
I don't like it when I go outside because getting in all warm in the sunlight is so relaxing I start to fall asleep, and that makes driving worrying.
Okay.
Okay. That's...
I lives in California, in fairness.
It's always sunny.
Then again,
all the time.
That's Philadelphia, not California.
Always sunny. California is literally like a place where it is always sunny. So we once had rain that lasted like 5 minutes.
Nope, I don't care. I'm still just laughing at my own joke.
Yep.
Is Charlie Day there in California with you?
Can't you find it funny? Dennis is there.
I know. I get what you're referencing. I don't find it funny.
Anyway, I guess we're done with the episode. From now on, we're going to be doing Hero Academia and One Piece, unless someone comes up with something very good that we could do in exchange, or possibly, we could do both, really. It's entirely possible.
So just send in suggestions if you have any, and we will look them over, because that's what we do.
Yeah, because we cool guys like that. We're at 2 hours and 3, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick. So thank you for listening to this episode, and we're going to be back next week with more of the stuff that we just talked about.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Bye.